Yo, what is going on, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome to episode 9 of Rogue to High Rated here in season 2. We got a really interesting match for you guys today. Yeah, a very cool and niche interaction comes up that I don't think has ever come up in Speedroids before, except for maybe like one other time. Very cool interaction. And I hope you guys are going to enjoy this video. If you want to check out other ways you can support the channel, check out the links in the description. Use my discount code at Imperium Duelist, Winter Kills 10 off, or you can use my affiliate links to tcgplayer.com or thecoldestwater.com, again at the links below. But let's go ahead and hop right into this one here. And my opponent, Raw Sangan, with 149 rating to our 389 rating, picking up exactly where we left off in the previous episode with our win against the based strategy. We won just by a very thin margin, but yeah, definitely go check that one out if you have not seen it yet. So let's go ahead and take a look at the die roll here, or the rock, paper, scissors. We do end up losing rock, paper, scissors, and my opponent is going to decide for us to go first, and to go second. And you can see they're playing the Myutant deck, which is a deck luckily I have a little bit of experience against, thanks to my friend Sheen. Shoutouts to Sheen, the Mutant Master, as we call him. You know, he played this deck a lot at our locals, and still plays it, I think, now with the new support in Battles of Chaos. Really good with the deck, and you know, thanks to being exposed to it in that way, I kind of have an idea of what's going on and what to kind of stop. And you guys have seen him on the channel before as well, so shoutouts to him. But yeah, he opened up expansion, skill drain, terraforming, D-shifter, TC Boo. There can only be fun. To our Butterfly, Tekka Tomborg, Ash, Goes and Match, and Carter. And I think this is actually perfect too, because in the last episode, how I talked about that I went from going to Griffin Rider back to Butterfly, and I'm playing Butterfly in this particular video, which is good because this kind of reflects to what my current build looks like. I'm not maining Goes and Match anymore, but you know, I feel like I got lucky here with the Goes and Match, because Goes and Match is kind of good against Mutant because a lot of things have different attributes. The small guys, I think, are all water, and then all the big guys are like earth, wind, and fire. Yeah, so it's pretty okay here. So my opponent's going to go ahead and set 3 pass with D-shifter terraforming. Going to go ahead and start with expansion, and I thought about ashing that, but I'd rather, like, I don't know if there's like a reason for me to particularly go ahead and ash the trap. Maybe there was a reason for me to go ahead and ash the trap so he doesn't get the body on field. And I think looking back, it probably would have been better just to like ash the trap so he doesn't get a body. Leave everything open for me to try to get more damage in. So he activates the Factor Surge. I ash. Spec Perimeter Butterfly. He's going to go ahead and activate the D-shifter here. And I'm like, okay, not too bad. I activate Tekka Tomborg. He chains Skill Drain, which I'm like, okay, that's fine. Tekka Tomborg tributes for cost, doesn't matter. Like, even if Skill Drain was already face up in the field, you can still use Tekka Tomborg under Skill Drain. You can still use Auroradon's effect under Skill Drain, so long as you're tributing off the Auroradon itself, because it has to be off the field, because this only negates cards that activate on the field, while they are face up on the field. And obviously if they attributed for cost, that monster is no longer face up on the field to be negated by Skill Drain. That's just how it's always worked. So yeah, and then I get here and I'm like, okay, I can maybe make a Kite Drake, right? But then he hits me with there can be only one. Now I could have increased the level of Butterfly. Well, I couldn't because of Skill Drain, but you know, if this wasn't here, I could have made Shen even, because we have a machine and an insect. Going to Shen. Shen's like not super good against the deck. It kind of can be like an extender, putting all their things to being banished, because you know they play D-shifter, so what do they really care? But you know, at least for me becomes like an extender later on because I already have the Ash Engrave. So I think here I just go battle phase. Butterfly is going to go ahead and swing in, and yeah, this would be one situation where I guess if this was like Griffin Rider, making a Baron would have been okay, but then again, like, skill drains on the field, so like, does Baron really do us anything, right? So we're going to set a Goes and Match, and we're going to pass. He has E-Telly for turn. He's going to start with the terraforming, grabs the Evolution Lab, and he's going to go ahead and activate Lab. That's going to spec out MO5, and he's going to activate its on-field effect, and I'm going to chain Goes and Match. I don't know really why, because like, there's no water one that they could summon anyways, so it's not like I'm denying him anything. I guess I'm just, you know, doing it as a preemptive thing. He's going to go battle phase over top this with the Arsenal, which this negates a trap. And I guess this is maybe why... Or no, this one negates or doesn't negate a monster effect. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, can you banish one card from your hand or field, then target one monster in the field, banish it. Which obviously you can't even use now, but there is one that can stop or banish a trap. And I guess maybe I was worried about that just because of Gozen match, but again, skill drain is up, so... yeah, don't forget about your skill drain. So, now I'm kind of in a situation where it's like, okay, I need to see, like, duplicate. Yeah, I just need to see duplicate, because at this point, like, outing the TC boot is the most important thing. If I can out it for a turn, I'm okay, because I can out the skill drain relatively easy. I just have to get to an Auroradon, and if I can get there without using my normal summon, makes everything a little bit easier. So if I can just out that there can be only one, you know, we're fine. So I go and actually scale Marble Machine. This is what I was talking about, that interaction that really doesn't come up almost ever in Speedroids. Maybe 99.9% of the time, this interaction is not going to come up. But his monster can't use its effect, right? I'm under TCB, I'm under skill drain. I'm trying to stall out until I can draw something. So I scale the Marble Machine. It says once per turn, when your defense position monster is targeted for an attack, you can change it to face-up attack position. Also, it cannot be destroyed by battle this turn, even if this card leaves the field. So yeah, my opponent draws Mystic Mine, hilariously enough, which he can't even play right now, because we each have one monster. So we're just going to keep passing back and forth. I find another Gozen, and I'm waiting to draw my out. We literally keep passing back and forth, like we're under Mystic Mine. But all that's really up is a skill drain on his end and a monster that he cannot destroy by battle on my end. He's going to find a macro. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's not outing my Marble Machine lock that I have, I guess. And, yeah, he's going to activate macro. I'm like, don't care. That's fine. He's going to activate lab to recycle one back. Yeah, recycles the Mutant Mist. Draws in summon limit. Draws into E-Telly. I draw into Hound. I'm just pitching things now. Yeah, we're just literally keep going back and forth. I'm like, and also 25 cards to his 23 cards. So he could technically deck out here. His own Floodgate's kind of hurting him. And like my Gozen's hurting him. His own skill drain's kind of hurting him, I imagine. And his TC Boo is hurting me. So like I can't even continue to play if I want to right now, because I'm just trying to draw a duplicate, and my opponent actually goes ahead and concedes game one. That is a game that most people, you know, myself included, would have maybe just scooped it up way early on. You know, maybe in a real life tournament, probably, but on DB, obviously with there being no time restraint for playing ladder matches, you can kind of get away with things you wouldn't normally want to try to get away with at an event or locals, just because, you know, the 40-minute timer and everything. But right then and there, my opponent probably didn't have an out for that. Yeah, I mean, maybe he would have. The Marble Machine like has 200 attack, but all the other mutants I think have like 0 attack. I don't know. I feel like my opponent, like, I was actually shocked that my opponent could not do anything there and that he scooped. I was literally shocked. Then in game 2 here, my opponent is going to opt to go first. I'm going to get Beast, Prosperity, Evolution Lab, Summon Limit, and Skill Drain. And we have Terror Top, Duke, Imperm, Marble Machine, and Red Reboot. Ooh, feels so good to be that good. So he's going to go ahead and banish 6. He banishes Starving Venom, Predator Plant, Trifoveratum, and wait, does he just play? Oh my god, he plays 3 of each. Okay, I mean, that's not shocking, I guess. Extra deck and mutants like isn't super important except for like the mutant fusions. I guess everything else just being super poly targets is okay. And then he's gonna take, I think he took an E-Telly there because that's basically a starter for the deck, which is really nice because he can access to the new mutant, the Myutant. And then he's gonna go ahead and get MO5 here. And I'm trying to think about what I imperm. Yeah, I didn't want to imperm this because I'm like, if he has normal summon like any other mutant, it's like a hard punish. He's gonna activate the other effect. He banishes the ST46, which is interesting. He gets access to Beast, which is one of the better ones. Also interesting that he's playing multiple copies of Beast. From what I understood, these cards are kind of bricks. We don't really want to draw them. This is going to activate Evolution Lab, bring back the ST46. And I think, yeah, so I decided to imperm this because him getting access to Expansion or Cry is really strong, or even access to Mutant Fusion. So I went ahead and impermed this. And at this point, like, he hasn't normal summoned yet, so it's kind of, well, he did normal summon the ST46, so I didn't have to worry about Mutant coming into the equation unless he had another E-Telly. If he just had another E-Telly anyways, then he had another E-Telly. So hitting that I think is really strong. This is going to go ahead and set 2 and pass. We're going to Specteratop, activate effect. And then we're going to go ahead and search the Tekatomborg here. And here we could do like the playthrough nib combo. This is going to search us Car Turbo. And then we have the combo basically. And then he's going to activate Summon Limit. We're going to activate Red Reboot accordingly. And he's going to go ahead and scoop as he should. We go up to 403 rating. And yeah, we're basically just going to be able to OTK there. No problem. We get to a Baron, pop the Beast, and yeah, and we also have like no spells in hand, so the Beast is going to find 0 value whatsoever against our board here, and are going into his board. So we kind of take that one rather quickly. And it's only been like, what, 12 minutes I've been recording. But yeah, I mean, there's really not much else to say. You can kind of see how Butterfly versus Griffin there, like, one really wasn't better than the other, but still the fact that Butterfly gave us the option for a quick Kite Drake, even though he obviously had, there can be only one, that's a completely different story. You know, if you have it, you have it. And like, it's going back to TC, but this is like one of the reasons why back row hate in the side is so strong. Because like TC Boo cripples this deck like so much. Like it cripples it so incredibly much. And I only have like space for, what is it? I think like 4 back row hate cards right now in my side deck, which doesn't feel like a lot. I feel like I should definitely have more right now, but also at the same time it's hard because again, I just feel like I outright don't have the room. And I'll show you guys really quickly as an example right here. This is an experimental side deck. This isn't what my side deck currently looks like. I think it's 3 Gamma, Driver, 2 Droll. Yeah, and then you can see this is just the core of the deck. And also experimenting with 2 Car Turbo, which I'll probably still play 3 because the card's so good. But that gives, you know, 12, 13 slots. And I just left it open there to put in stuff whenever I come up with good ideas to put stuff in right now, instead of having anything. And it just makes it much easier to look at it as like a blank slate. But, you know, I only have really room for these 4 going second back row hate cards. And I kind of wish I could squeeze in maybe like 2 Lightning Storm on top of that. But then I put 2 Lightning Storm in, and it's like, what are the other 4 cards going to be? It's like an awkward number for a side deck, 4 cards. But yeah, I figured I'd just show that there at the end. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. If you guys want to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping up on the bottom of the screen right now. And as always, we're going to kill signing out. See you guys in the next one. And of course, a huge shout out goes to our Divine Level channel members, and they are Tweeter0226, Pony Stark, Cadillacs84, Keith Sidgers, and Black Ninja Money. Thank you guys so much, like always, for your extremely kind and generous support of the channel.